What's going on, guys? Let's see. Tuesday morning, Google announced some major changes meant to fight the fake news and hate speech that kept polluting its search results. It's pretty funny. It's just funny. The, the search results. Is that the problem? The results? It's not the results. It's whatever is fake news or whatever propaganda is being placed. It's not necessarily the engine. If that's what it likes to bring up, then that's just what it brings up. Google update codename Project Owl gives consumers new ways to report what they perceive as problems. This is already in effect. You can flag stuff. You can report things if it's inappropriate. Okay? What's new? What is different about this? Okay? Why is this being even reported on? What's going on? Okay? With all the advent of fake news and demonetization of YouTube videos and the attack on basically uh, individualized opinions, there's something going on. Can you figure out what that is? Let me just tell you what I think. Okay? Here's what I think. I think they underestimated the power of people coming together through this media and medium of YouTube, an independent and individual people communicating and correlating and sharing. On the news and the newspapers, it wasn't so easy to do that. You might send a letter, something like that, or call into your local radio station, but there was never such a community per se as there is with this form of media. Channel 5 is not the only source. CNN is not the only source. You know, there's plenty of people that look. Basically what I'm doing. You know, and it's not that I'm trying to misinform, but I just call it how I see it. I could be totally wrong, but I thought these things were already in place where you could flag something for inappropriate content already. What is the owl going to implement? Well, let's take a deeper look. Google knows it has a search quality problem. Well, it sounds like you guys have a problem. Okay, you guys have a problem. I don't have a problem, but whenever, well, it's been plagued since November with concerns about fake news. Okay, so we pretty much know who's doing the fake news. Anybody? Who's doing the fake news? Hmm. I don't know. I guess it should be left up to the individual to decide, right? That makes sense to me. Hmm. Disturbing answers and offensive search suggestions appearing at the top of its results. Well, I can edit my settings and put what I want to come out of my results already, uh, from adult content and so forth and so on. If you really want to, you can put it in just kid safe mode. What's going on? I mean, these are the questions that I ask my own self, and that I'm left to only answer the only way that I can. So maybe if you have an answer of what's going on, because I thought this stuff was already implemented. I mean, it's weird to me, but maybe you guys know something that I just am not aware of, or you know something about Google that I don't. A new feedback form or search suggestion. There's algorithms for that. There's a computer that does that. Why would you leave it up to an individual to decide what's fake? Really? Hmm. That's kind of weird. I'll get back to that in a minute. A new report inappropriate predictions. A new one. Whoa! Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm kind of reading this for the first time with you, so um, it will appear below the search box. So now you've got to basically verify and check and who's really going to authorize. Is it just like is there a quota? However many get flagged that this is going to be deemed fake? I mean, you know, because let's get right down to it, okay? This thing they're talking about, like from last November. Let's get real, people, okay? I know I've been around on this earth for more than 20 years. Anybody else? Okay. Has anybody ever heard of the National Enquirer or any of those ragtag tabloid magazines that you read when you're walking through the checkout line and you see them all lined up? Do we need a search engine for that? Because I mean, some of that shit is just appalling. Pardon my language on that, by the way. But I'm just saying, you know, really, I think we've seen fake news before. I don't think we need somebody else to determine whether what somebody else says is fake news unless they're an authoritative figure on the subject and it needs to be known because these algorithms are already in place for inappropriate content. Okay? Let me tell you what I think and how I feel about it. Why is this even an issue? I believe it has something to do with the election. Sure. Amongst other things, which, I'm not going to sling out too much, but a lot of stuff revolving around certain things like maybe WikiLeaks. I don't know. I don't know. But that's just a suggestion or a guess that I could come up with. But the bottom of the line is, let me see it. And if I don't want to see it, I can click away from it and I can change my own settings. And here's for my suggestion for people that are, I guess, maybe offended or put off by, you know, this fake news or whatever. Get a grip. If you don't like what you read, hey, it's a country. Let that person speak freely, and and go about your business. Because I mean, really, right now, the way it looks to me, and what's kind of all these shifts that are taking place, for really, I can't. I mean, if I could figure out a good reason for it, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear it. It's not like it's maintaining an engine or anything like this. It's. It really reminds me of. I'm gonna be honest with you. Kind of reminds me of something like this gonna happen, where you're just gonna be told what's real, what's fake, how you can put your media out there, what you can do and how you can do it. I mean, what do you guys think about this? This owl. I'm not even going to go in too far deep into that. I mean, really? The owl? If you know what I'm even talking about, then you already know. But if you don't, I suggest you ask yourself these questions. That's a good place to start. I'm not here to sway anybody. I'm not here to um, point a finger. I'm here to get people to ask themselves why and look into it and think about it. Why an owl? Really, think about it. Out of all of these things, a nighttime bird that I associate with catching mice in a barn. That's me, though. I grew up in the country. But I want to say, what does it mean to whoever's enlisting that symbolism? Oh, did I say symbolism? That's a good question. What could I mean? I think it's time that people really need to wake up and think and use their minds. What's going on? You really need to think about it. And you might say, oh, well, it's not really that big of a deal. It's nothing. Well, if it's really not that big of a deal, why are there articles on it? If it's not that big of a deal. Or was that fake news? I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I'm just saying. Be aware of certain things. Because certain things mean something. And if it doesn't mean anything, then hey, I apologize for wasting your time. I was only trying to bring you to the conclusion that, hey, well, you know what? That might be something. Let me think about it. Let me investigate it. If you want to know about it and you want to talk about it, I'll be free to tell you whatever I know. But I'm not here to push what I know or what I feel or how I think. I want you to investigate it and think about it yourselves. Because there's too many sheep in this world right now. And, well, I love America. I love my God, and I love, well, I'm not going to go into too much of my personal life other than those two things right there. Okay? I love people enough to know that I would like them to be aware and ask questions and become more responsible, loving, humanistic people within a society. That's what I know. And that's the only thing that's really going to change things in this world. And it's time. It's time. You guys have a good evening. I'll catch you next time.